Hello, it's UPB again. It is now 5:17, May 17th. We are now into another day. Um, I'd normally be asleep now, but my dedication uh, to optionmillionaires.com has me back because I had a couple requests for some option trades for the morning. In my video, my market video at the end of the session on Wednesday, I didn't provide any kind of option trades. People were disappointed. There were riots in the street, so uh, didn't want to get anyone upset, so I figured I'd stay up. Just do a couple quick option possibilities for tomorrow. Not any kind of trades that I know I'm going to make yet, because right now the futures are up. They were up over 0.6% a couple minutes ago. Now they're up a little over a 0.5%. The dollar's down, commodities are up, so we could see a gap higher again, and that'll make buying these calls or puts a little more difficult. If everything's flat, if these stocks open perfectly flat right where they were at the close, make it a little bit easier to see what I will do. Let me start with um, X, US Steel. US Steel fell today. It got hammered, mauled, destroyed. Look at that chart there. From the start of the day to the end of the day, it was just constant carnage, aside from the morning when it kind of popped a little bit. And then you look back even to Tuesday, it's just been a steady downtrend of just selling. And we did have a lot of volume at the end of the close today. That could be people dumping more stock. Who knows? We'll see what happens tomorrow. I'll be looking at support around $22 a share for US Steel. And I think the stock will gap lower. Even if futures are up, the stock is probably going to gap 1 or 2% lower unless the dollar just gets completely mauled or someone just comes out and upgrades the stock. So what I'm hoping for is US Steel opens 2 to 3% lower, stock hits about 22.20, and I'll be getting in the $22 calls. At that time, they'll probably be about 45, 50 cents. And US Steel, uh, very volatile stock, can move quickly in the right direction for you if you time it right. And that'll be what I'll be buying US Steel calls for. So once again, $22 strike. I'm hoping US Steel drops 1, 2, 3%. And I'll definitely be looking at my chart, making sure we've got some sort of low. And I'll be piling in with my little dab, though. I don't load the boat, right? Just a little bit. So that with JC Penney today, 4 cents, right? You could have got $27 puts for 4 cents, 40 bucks, and you could have sold it for $7.50. So $750. Don't need to be loading the boat here. If US Steel drops down to 22.20, those $22 calls will probably be worth 40, 45 cents. You can get 4 of those for 160 bucks. And if US Steel goes back to 23, you're looking at a triple. So it's 480 bucks from 160. So anyway, if US Steel does not drop or go the way I want it to, if it gaps up out of the open, I'll move on. And I'll say, how about Simon Property Group, which was down almost 2% today? The stock was at, gosh, 42, 43, even lower than that when all the REITs, real estate investment trusts, were getting mauled back in 2008, 2009. Even now, I look around, I go to the mall, it's run by Simon Property Group. There's more vacancies than there were back in 2008, 2009. But apparently that's bullish for the stock. And we hit new highs uh, at the end of April. And the stock has been kind of fading ever since. Today, a nice fall. And I think the 150 puts, 150 strike puts, are a great possible trade. I'll be putting in a bid possibly 75, 80 cents tomorrow on the 150 puts, and I'll be looking for continued downside. Now, Simon Property Group is almost like McDonald's in that the stock, when even if we get a rip tomorrow, Simon Property Group could still be down. It doesn't always follow the broader market like a lot of the Dow components, save McDonald's, Verizon, some of the utilities, AT&T. So Simon Property Group would actually be a possibly decent put trade even if the market bounces. I'd actually be looking for puts. I'm hoping Simon Property Group bounces tomorrow, and I'll wait until about the middle of the day, and then I'll make my move. So that could possibly be a good trade. You could even move out uh, to June if you want, but let's just see what happens tomorrow. And let me get to my final option trading idea for tomorrow, which is COF. COF is the ticker. Company is Capital One Financial. This is a highly volatile financial stock. It is AXP's little brother, American Express's little brother. I've seen analysts say that this stock should have a higher stock price than American Express. Right now, it's about 17% lower than AXP. It's sitting at some very serious support. I drew the line all the way across. It goes, trust me, it's solid support. Also, we've got the big 50 number below it, which just that number in itself acts as support because everybody likes those big round numbers, right? I think this might be a good trade, especially if the market starts to bounce tomorrow. Once again, I'm hoping the market just opens flat, just right across zero. That would make things a lot easier for these 3 option trades. But if it doesn't, we'll have to switch around our strategy a little. It'll make it a little more difficult to figure out exactly what I'm going to do. But I think these are 3 good ideas. Simon Property Group, hopefully it rips higher. If it does, we're going to get the puts. 150 puts. They closed at about $1 bid, $1 ask. The last price was 80, so that's not really realistic. US Steel X, we're going to wait for support, which would be around $22 a share, $22.20 possibly. The stock has been beaten down, and the $22 calls may offer some profit potential. And from there, the last one is COF, ticker COF, Countrywide Financial, Countrywide, yeah. Yes, remember that stock? Okay, Bank of America bought them. Now we're talking about Capital One Financial, not Countrywide. Um, Capital, I don't know why I said Countrywide. It's weird, huh? Anyway, Capital One Financial, COF, highly volatile financial stock, much like AXP, except AXP's a Dow component, not as volatile. The $50 strike that expires this week was going for a 75 bid, 80 ask at the close, last price 82 cents. If I was just looking to get in, I'm hoping to get in at about 75, 80 cents. That'd be great. And if she drops, whew, booyah, we'll be sitting on some losses and we'll get out. I was being sarcastic there. But we get the rip. That very well could happen. COF has some nice gains in the past. It can go 2, 3, 4% without as much as batting an eye. And that's why we trade them, right? We trade the stocks that have the potential to move the quickest, that offer the cheapest options to play that kind of move. And I think COF right now is definitely offering a good price to get in for a potential move back to say $51.75, $52 by the end of the week, which would be a double. Well, a little more than a double, actually. Those options would be in the money by $2. We'd buy them for 80 cents. It'd be a little more than a double, which is be a happy end to the week, right? So that's it. I'm going to go to bed. I stayed up well past my bedtime. If I'm a little cranky tomorrow, this video is to blame. Have yourselves sweet dreams, and I'll see you tomorrow in the chat room. Goodbye. UPB from Option Millionaires.